Ash, I know what it's like to feel different.
I'm not different. Am I?
We all are. Him especially. But there's something kind of fantastic about that, isn't there?
Not to me. I prefer to be an athlete.
I never understood any of the hype around Wes Anderson's films. I mean, I saw trailers for them and they seemed charming enough, but I just didn't think they were really my thing. But then I saw Fantastic Mr. Fox and everything changed. That movie has had an impact on how I see films and how I see myself since watching it in later part of last year. So I dedicate this video to break down one of the main parts of it and discover a shocking truth that truly makes it stick out compared to other animated movies, and what makes Fantastic Mr. Fox's message truly fantastic. Get it? Most animated movies where the protagonist is unhappy have them end up at a better place by the end of the story, happy with what they have around them. Up begins with a sad, lonely old man stuck in his house, mourning the loss of his dead wife, but ends with him happy with a boy, a blimp, and a dog, letting go of the memory of his wife and moving on from her loss. Fantastic Mr. Fox, obviously, does things differently. Mr. Fox wants to be out of the burrow he's stuck in underground and be powerful, be somebody, be a wild animal. We see glimpses of this wild animal in him when he is escaping Boris Bunsen Bean, but once he, along with the rest of the animals, steal back from the three, they all become civilized animals again. Suits and tie back on, fancy roasted goose on the table, and jazzy pianos playing. Foxy craves this wild animal, but he isn't that. Instead, what both he and the rest of the animals around him are classy, evolved, civilized animals. They're just different from the usual animal. And I think there's one scene that fully shows this. A lot of people chalk off the wolf encounter scene to just be comedy or something that Wes just put into the movie last minute, but I don't really see it that way. The way I see it, along with the way Cinnamon sees it, is that this is Foxy confronting what he wants to be. The fox basically represents what Foxy wants to be and the wild animal that he's been craving the whole movie. This just sense of freedom and liberty and going wherever he wants to go and being whatever he wants to be. But in this scene, he basically looks it face to face and says, that's not what I want. He learns to be content with his wife and his son and his nephew and everything that he just has had around him for the entire film. And he basically learns to let go of this wild dream to become a wild animal and just learn to be content with himself.
I can fit through there. You wanna know why?
Why?
Because I'm little.
This is my favorite part of the film, and really the reason I wanted to make this video. So much of Ash's struggles in this movie resonate with me, even since my first viewing. In a lot of Wes Anderson's works, you can see struggling kids and their relationship with their parents. Standouts in this arc are, of course, Fantastic Mr. Fox, but also Moonrise Kingdom. And one reason for this is because Wes Anderson was actually one of these struggling kids growing up. In Moonrise Kingdom, Susie finds a book her parents have she believes to be about her, and Wes actually had this happen to him. So you can tell why he's good at this writing, because he has this experience with this issue that he had as a kid. But he also knows how to make this be emotional, be comedic, and just be overall really relatable. And no character in any of his films does this better than Ash, and Sam, and Susie. Okay, just all of his kids' characters, because they're all really good, but still. Ash is told several times throughout the film that he's different. Several people, including myself, believe that Ash is supposed to be an allegory for autism or any sort of processing disorder or something that people might have. From his personality to his interest to how he expresses his emotions, there's a bit of autistic expression, not in a stereotypical way, but in a way that the autistic community has been able to latch onto and appreciate. And this is about to get really personal. Since I was a wee little lad, I've been diagnosed with sensory processing disorder. This means that I struggle understanding a lot of stuff or following instructions, and it for some reason has really affected my appetite. I have no idea why, it just has. I only eat chicken nuggets, and I hate it so much. I don't know why I have the appetite of a 5-year-old, but anyways. So this has caused me way too much stress, and it really made me see myself in a very negative way for the longest time. I only saw how often I screwed up or got lost in translation. I don't even know. It was so just bad. Like, it sucked because every day I only saw how often I screwed up or made mistakes or how often my sensory processing disorder got in my way. It was just a horrible view of it all. So when I saw Ash get called different over and over and him eventually come to terms with it, it just really made me realize that what I had wasn't a disease or an issue or a disorder or something that was wrong with me, but something that is a part of me. And sure, it does limit what I do to a certain degree, but it doesn't define me or make me any worse of a person than anyone else. Yes, I'm different. Yes, my interests are different. Yes, I act differently than other people. Yes, I have the appetite of a 5-year-old, but that is okay. Ash is content with this, and he sees the good out of being different.
You wanna know why?
Why?
Because I'm little.
Personally, I believe that we should all strive for greatness in things that are important to us or the people that we care about. But we should also be okay with not being as great as we want to be or being as perfect as we want to be or having exactly what we want. But we should be content with what we have. We shouldn't be envious of others for their skills or their talents or things that they have, but instead we should enjoy the things we have because we may eventually end up in a lower spot than before. For a while, I only saw the bad in myself and other people doing things better than I was, and I started acting differently from my usual different self. I stopped eating, my sleep schedule was whack. I was trying to replicate what made other people happy with themselves, but it didn't work. Instead, I took a step back and truly saw myself, and what I saw was, it was good. And now I'm okay with who I am. Yeah, I do screw up a lot, but I do a lot of good things too. I have friends who can trust me. I have skills that I can occasionally show off and shock people with. And I have you lot supporting me with everything I do. And it means so much. And I'm more than just content with it. Thank you all so much for watching this video and actually getting to the end of it. I have so many more videos planned for this year, and I'm so happy that I finally got this one out of the way. So stay tuned for more content, and like, subscribe, and share if you want to see more videos like this. So bye!